Danny and I met after I had asked a friend who I work with, Renat, if she knew of any nice Jewish boys to set me up with.
The reason she felt comfortable introducing me was because she thought that I kept a clean house. And so I was a good catch.
So one day she phoned me up and asked if I'd like to meet this guy who she knew who was a friend of her husband's, and she gave me the rundown on him. Brown hair, 5'10", is an accountant, grew up in LA.
She started working at Browerman, and Stephanie started there as well, and they met, and she says, I've got a guy to, I was gonna say a guy for you, Danny.
He gave me a phone call one day. I remember listening to the message and thinking, oh my God, he sounds so normal. So we went to frozen yogurt after that, and thank you, Renat, we're still together. I would describe Danny as someone who is incredibly meticulous. I remember opening up the kitchen cabinet and being shocked because everything was like perfectly in its place, like neater than mine. And I was like, oh heaven, this is my man.
I'm fastidious, just clean. My mom had me, and I was the clean one, and my brother was the messy one.
He has an incredibly corny at times sense of humor, but that's actually one of the first things I noticed about him. He made some cheesy joke. He does humor me, and most importantly, he humors himself, so that's good.
Everything that there is that's sweet and nice is Stephanie. She is the nicest girl one could find. She's caring, thoughtful, conscious of her actions. She'll be a great mom. She's a great girlfriend, fiance, and best friend to me. His character is what makes him who he is. He has got the most distinct sense of right and wrong. He sets such a high standard for himself. I don't have anything that I could ever ask for that she doesn't have, except for maybe a better singing voice. He always encourages me to follow my dreams, which is so important to me because when I'm with him, it's not like I lose myself to him. Instead, he makes me better by being with me, and together we're so strong. So it took me a very long time to be ready to tell Stephanie I loved her because I wanted to make sure I knew for sure. At a year, he still hadn't said he loved me, but it had to be coming. I just knew it. So we decided we were going to go on a trip to Santa Barbara to go wine tasting, and I was ready to finally tell her that I loved her. So we went to the first winery and we tasted like, I don't know, 6, 7 different wines. And they're little tastes, but I guess little tastes after a while become a big taste. So by the end of the day, I was just really having a great time. Needless to say, we didn't quite make it to a romantic dinner that night. It didn't work out exactly as planned. Unfortunately, we had a little too much fun earlier in the day, and she wasn't in the condition to kind of understand that I loved her. So we ended our night early with me kind of passing out, and there was still no I love you. Had to wait a couple more days, and we were in the car, and I was dropping her off at her apartment after driving home from Santa Barbara on Sunday. And as we kissed goodbye, he told me he loved me, and I was like, oh, I think I just squealed, which I don't do often, but I'm pretty sure I squealed. And he's told me he loves me every day since then, so it doesn't matter how long it took. Forever could never be long enough for me. Feel like I've had long enough with you. Before I tell you about the way Danny proposed to me, I'm going to tell you about the way he planned to propose to me and how I messed it up. So we were driving down to Yosemite from Northern California where we had just been. The next step was driving into the valley to go to where else but Bridal Veil Falls, where I had planned to propose to Stephanie. And my mother had given me her wedding ring because I hadn't yet got the engagement ring from the jeweler. I had the whole thing planned.
and our last stop was at Bass Lake, right outside of Yosemite. So we were stopping in Yosemite on the way to meet my sisters and cousins at the lake. By the time we got in the park, we were completely behind schedule. I had no cell service and I couldn't call everyone to tell them that we were going to be late to the lake. I essentially rushed us completely out of the park. I was like, it's okay, we have to go.
She could tell something was wrong as we were leaving. I was kind of quiet. She says, is something wrong? And I said, well, I had something planned for us. And I think she knew right then and there that, again, screwed my plans up.
After we got home, a week later, we were flying to Thailand, and he told me that I needed to be packed by 4:00 p.m. And our flight wasn't until 1 o'clock that morning. So I thought that was a bit of an interesting request, and I had my suspicions, but I went along with it.
So I took her to Pacific Palisades, to the bluffs, which are, overlooking PCH and the beach, and walked her to the edge, and we were, kind of looking out over near the fence, and kind of turned her around and put something on her finger. And
I was like, what are you doing? And he turned me around and got down on one knee and asked me to marry him. It was perfect and definitely worth the wait, and it's totally okay that I messed it up the first time around.
If I ever get the nerve to say hello in this cafe, say we.
Danny, I'm going to tell you a story that I've never told you, nor have I ever told anyone, but about a month after we started dating, I one night had this dream. And I'm not one who really gets all into dreams, but I remember it because it was so vivid and so powerful. Pretty much everything in the dream was blurry except for your face and our laughter. And I remember the feeling of completeness and the feeling of contentment was so strong that it actually jolted me awake. I was shocked awake. And I was lying in bed thinking to myself, oh my God, is this the guy? I could see ourselves together. I mean, it was that clear. And it was like I'd had a glimpse of our future. And sure enough, over 2 years later, here we are. And we're getting married, and you are literally making my dreams come true. And I can't wait for a lifetime of us making our dreams come true. And I love you so much.
Stephanie, about a month ago, I was up late working one night, came to bed about 11 or 12 at night, and there you were sleeping already so peacefully. And as I looked at you, I couldn't sleep. I was kind of just thinking about a lot of things. And I started tearing up, tears of joy, because I was so excited that you were going to be the person I was going to spend the rest of my life with. We have so many plans and so many high expectations for our future, and I can't imagine spending my life with anybody else. You and I share so many values. I can't wait to live the life that we want to live together. Every day has been better since the day I met you, and I love you so much, and I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with you. I love you, sweetie.